Everything we've done so far has led us to this moment right here. Exactly where we wanna be and everything you wanna fear. Well, it was easy to get in and hard to let go. Rising from the ashes, we are indestructible. Ain't looking back while your city burns. You gotta let that motherfucker burn. Rolling down that highway 69. Time to step up and leave all that bullshit behind. She's our heel, so just shut up and drive. Keep me coming back for more on that highway 69. Making no mistake, shove that rock and roll up your nose. It's impossible to see the light creeping through the shadows. Well, it was easy to get and then hard to let go. Rising from the ashes, we are indestructible. Ain't looking back while your mountains fall. The fucking harder they fall, the fucking harder they fall. Rolling down that highway 69. It's time to step up and leave all that bullshit behind. She's our heel, so just shut up and drive. Keep me coming back for more on that highway 69. Ain't looking back at the end of the road. You gotta let that motherfucker burn. Rolling down that highway 69. Time to step up and leave all that bullshit behind. She's our heel, so just shut up and drive. Keep me coming back for more on that highway 69. Well, you be the six, and I'll be the nine. Try to step up and leave all that bullshit behind. She's all on her heels, so just shut up and drive. We've been coming back for more on that highway 69.
Yo, now doesn't that just pump you up? I mean, come on, that's some good tunes right there. This Midnight Devils are here. First off, about last week, American Jet Set will be back. I'll have him back on. It sucks I had to postpone it. I had to have a tooth extraction. Well, they did X-rays and they found out that it was probably going to have a bone graft too. So I didn't know how well I'd be able to talk. I didn't know if I'd be able to talk. And I really didn't know what I was going to be in, mood wise. So I decided to just postpone. So it had nothing to do with Jet Set. They were ready to go. They were kind of bummed, but I will have them back on. I'm shooting for, I think, the 25th of April. We're going to do, next week is Anthony White from Cold Sweat and Generation Landslide, who is also, Cold Sweat is performing at M3, and Generation Landslide is performing at the M Pre-Party with Dave Dillman. So I'm going to get him on and get the Midnight Devils on tonight from the M Pre-Party. Then we're going to do an M Pre-Gathering with Will Mass the week after that. I think it's the 18th or something. I think it's the 18th. And then the 25th, I think, don't quote me on this, I think it's the 25th, is going to be Dillman, and we're going to have a couple bands on like Jet Set, American Jet Set, I think Scarlet Rocks, a couple other bands that are going to be doing his 2 shows. So what we're doing right now is we're kind of lining up for M3. Bands that are going to be at M3, trying to promote the hell out of it, trying to, get the word out there, get you familiar with the band so that if you weren't going to see them, if you were going to, I'll wait till later to go in. Oh, wow, I'm going in now because, Scarlet Rocks is great. Oh, Midnight Devils, I want to catch their live set. So, it helps. It helps when, like, Monsters of Rock Cruise or something like that, people tell you about a band, you check them out, and you're like, oh, wow, I never knew about them. Okay, now I'm going to go check them out. So that's why I do this. Try to lead up to something and get the word out. All right, Sam is going to be a little late. He just texted me, and he's either going to be a little late or maybe not show up. I don't know yet. He's on a very important phone call. I tell you who he's on the phone with, but I don't want to tell you who's on the phone with. That's his business, but he told me, and I totally get it right now. And you know how it goes. Sometimes a phone call comes in or something happens and you just can't, it is what it is. I'm not mad at him. I love the guy. Fucking Sam is a great dude. Anybody that's met him, anybody knows Sam is a great dude. I mean, I love that guy to death. He's just something else. Hey, Jen Rather. She said, yo. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I see a bunch of people in here. I'm looking. So we're going to stall a little bit right now and try her band Ink's new single, Queen of Insanity, yet. In case you haven't, it's a real banger. I had her on. Hey, Rich. I had her on a while back, you remember. But no, I have not checked that out. I didn't even know about it yet. Ooh. So I will check it out. Band Ink is really good. And she's fantastic. I mean, love her. She's great singer. Great. He's all right. Dave Dillman. Hey, Dave, what's happening? Dave's in here right now. He's going to get on Sam. Why are you late? Hey, no, it's all good. This call came in. He's like, dude, I'm ready, but I'm on a call with, and I'm like, stay on a call. Like he was going to get off the call for me. Come on. What do I got going on? What can I fill the dead time with? I don't know. Anybody got any questions? Anybody want to talk music? Who are you checking out right now? Who's the bands you're checking out? I'm really checking out Paralandra. Had them on a couple weeks ago. Just a bunch of different bands are hitting right now. And obviously I'm going to have to go check out the new single from Band Ink. Michael Sheska, what's happening, dude? I know I said I wasn't going to M3 anymore, but I'm going to say I'm not going, but it's not a done deal yet. I never say it's over till it's over. Like No Love Lost. It ain't over till it's over. It's not over till it's over. Never know what can happen. So I may still be able to get there. Hopefully. 7-Year Witch. Scott, what's happening? There he is. He said he wasn't going to join, and he had a little subject he wanted to bring up, but he's, there he is. But yeah, there's a lot of new music coming out, man. I mean, you gotta check it out. If go to the Rock Altar, man, we play it. We play it like crazy. And I gotta say, we just did our 1-year anniversary. March was our 1-year anniversary for the Rock Altar for the radio station. This is Rockin' with B Rock. This is not the Rock Altar. Never know. It might be something. It's under the umbrella, whatever. But the Rock Altar, man, we just did our 1 year anniversary, and oh my god, dude, I can't believe where it's at and what my kind of expectations were. Where it's at is here, and my expectations were kind of here because I really didn't have much. And it's like, really, wow, you guys are really killing it, and you're gonna make me go to the next subscription level, I guess, because I'm almost about to run out of. You get a monthly allowance on how many hours you're allowed to. Total listening hours is what it is, and last month was close, and they just pushed me right up into the next level, so it's no big deal. But it's just, I didn't think that was going to happen. So you guys are really, really killing it. And I love that you guys are loving it. I get messages all the time and this and that. So it's really cool. But since we're going to be talking about the pre-party in like a couple weeks. Who's all going to M3? Everybody out there going to M3? Am I the only one that's check out a newer band from Vegas, Noise Complaint? Huh? Who's that? Dillman. Go figure. Should have known. Dave Dillman. Noise Complaint, huh? All right, everybody heard from Dillman. Noise Complaint. Got to check him out. So, I'll put that in my thing right now. Boy, what should I talk about? Usually I have all kinds of shit to talk about. And today it's like, I don't know. I'm like dead today. What the hell's going on? Jeff Bradford. There's Jeff Bradford from American Jet Set. He's still, I know he's in here right now just to tell me off because of my little tooth extraction last week. Dude, we're working it out. Hopefully you guys are on. I think it's on the 25th. Dave Dillman, you're in here. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Let me go to my calendar. But I'm almost positive it's the 25th that I want to get. Yeah, Thursday, April 25th. I want to get a few bands on. And he was, Jet Set is definitely one I want to get on. So it sucked last week. But, dude, I was in so much pain. And it was like, it wouldn't have been a good time. I mean, I would have been a piece of shit, really. Yeah. Kiefer too. Kiefer doesn't come around here anymore, dude. Shezga, that's the thing. Seeing everybody, that is the thing, and that's as it gets closer. I know I'm just gonna be. I've got tickets for the pre-party. The M pre-party. I got tickets for that. I've got tickets for the pre-gathering. I'm not getting rid of them. I talked to Dave last night on the phone, and I'm not getting rid of them because then it'll come up where I can go and, well, I can't go. Then I'll have to buy tickets all over again. Yeah, I'm sure you would have. Mass. Yeah, he's going to be, Will Mass is here in a couple weeks, so be sure and not tune in because, you don't want to hear that motherfucker. But, so what's everybody got going on, man? I mean, I haven't heard back from him, so maybe he's still busy. He's probably still on the phone. I'd imagine he's still on the phone, dude. This was kind of an important phone call. And right now, the Midnight Devils, they got so much going on. They tour like crazy. I mean, they hardly ever have time off, and now they're working on a brand new album. I don't know the name. I don't even think they released the name. I looked for it today and I could not find it, and I'm not happy. I always like to have the names. But they've got 2 albums out. Something Bigger, which was released in 2018, and Never Begged For It, which was released 2022. And I mean, God, sometimes bands go backwards on their sophomore release. Midnight Devils just went up, and even if you don't buy the music and this and that, and you don't You just stream it. But if they come by you, you have to go see them. These guys are a live band. Pat, what's up? These guys are a live band. I mean, I've seen them. I seen them last year. They're freaking fire. One of the bands that you go in not knowing what to expect, and when you get done, you're like, oh my god, that was fucking a party. And it's a party. It's a party. So them with all the other bands that are going to be at the pre-party, you got to see them live once and won't be enough. This is exactly right. Michelle Storm, hi, all the way from Australia. Yes, Midnight Devils, you see them once, you're going to want to see them all the time. I mean, it's just, I could do that, huh? Play another video. I could play another video. I got a couple lined up. All right, we're going to play another video of theirs. Stick around. Sam's probably going to be here, but let's play another video. That's a good idea, Dave. Why didn't I think of that? All right. This one's a really fun one, man. It's, you get the gist of it. And they're not a G-rated band whatsoever. I mean, these guys are not a G-rated band at all, and I love it. It's fucking great. So this one's called "Squeeze Me Dry." Yeah, you can figure out what they're talking about. So let's listen to "Squeeze Me Dry" by the Midnight Devils.
Baby, you call me up Monday night and you say you know when I get to town we're gonna get together, we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna do the filthiest things that you've ever done. I'm gonna bring you to your knees just like you know I can. Well, Saturday night rolls around, I come into town and you say, you know what, it ain't gonna work for me tonight, I'm not feeling it. So I flip open the phone book, I know that there's a sure thing called 1-800-SQUEEZE-ME-DRY.
Told you, they're not a G-rated band at all, but it's more of a power of suggestion, like all lyrics from the 80s were. They were more suggestive. They weren't brutally honest. And that's what I love about these guys. I mean, they bring a smile to your face when you put the CD on. I put it on at work today because I was like, getting ready and getting in the mood and this and that. So I was like, I'll throw on the Midnight Devils. And I mean, you're bouncing around, you're happy, you're smiling, and that's the point of it. I mean, dude, it's like, wow. And they got a different style. And it is their style, kind of like Bisto Blanco. They have their style. You're not going to listen to their CD every single day, but you're going to go see them every single time they come to your town or an hour away or 2 hours away. You're going to go see them because they are that good of a show. It's not a show, it's a party. It's a experience. It is just the energy that these guys exude on stage is amazing. There's three of them, three guys. That's it. Just a trio. It's Jimmy Mess, Sam Spade, and Chris, who they call Sniper. And Chris is a riff dude, man. I mean, that dude has some riffs. He's a very big Van Halen freak. And this dude has some crazy riffs and just very good. He does a guitar solo during the set, and it's just great. I was reluctant the first time they came to town. I was like, it was like I think it was like a Wednesday. Might have been a Wednesday or a Thursday night, and you know how it goes. You're like, hey, maybe I got to work tomorrow. Da, 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 da. And I was like, and my buddy Aaron Fisher, he's like, dude, you gotta go, you gotta go, gotta go. I'm like, all right, fine, we'll go. And show day comes, and I'm like, okay, we're going. Dude, I'm glad I didn't miss it. I'm glad I didn't. I went. That was one of the best times. I planned on leaving, like, a little earlier. Once they got done, uh, maybe 2 songs to go or something. Maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that. No, I was there till like midnight 30, talking to the guys, just hanging out, and unbelievable. Just great guys. Great show. Do not miss it. If you're in the area, I know there's kind of things to do in M3 festivities and stuff like that, places to meet up, this and that. But the one place you want to go on Friday night, May 3rd, let's pull up the thing just to make sure I got it right. May 3rd. Look at that. I had it right. Go to this. Midnight Devils, Ratchet Dolls, Generation Landslide, Scarlet Rocks, Rat Rod, and American Jets. This lineup is kick ass. Kick ass. I've seen Rat Rod. I've seen Generation Landslide. I've seen the Midnight Devils. I still have yet to see Jet Set. And Scarlet Rocks, I really dig them. But this will be the party. Why the hell do I got black? This will be the party. I'm just saying. Just go. Just fucking go. All right. I think he's got to still be on the phone because he hasn't texted me at all. It's at the Reckless Shepherd. That's right. Thanks, Dave. Me, I forget things. But it's going to be a good time. And if he can't make it tonight, we'll definitely get him on when we do the April 25th show. Not going to hang Sam out to dry and not get him back on just because something came up. Things happen. That's what happens. This is, little thing. If you have a ticket for the M3 party, you will get a wristband and will be able to re-enter. Yes, one thing about the M3 why do I say M3 party? M3 party is you can go in and out. You get a wristband, go in and out. So if you want to go outside, smoke a cigarette, vape, whatever, hit a doobie, whatever, do lines of coke in the car. I don't fucking know. But if you want to do stuff, go outside for a break for something, you're allowed to enter, re-enter. It's a good time. I've been there once, twice, 3 times. I've been to 3 M3s. Oh, the third M3, I didn't make it up till the second day of M3, so I missed the pre-party. I've been to 2, and both of them were great. So You guys and the Midnight Devils are not going to disappoint. No band on the bill is going to disappoint. I've seen three, like I said, I've seen three of them, and all three really good. And I love American Jet Set. Think they're great. Scarlet Rocks, I've been checking them out. Really good band, tight band. Ratchet Dolls have a great sound. I mean, Jesus, they're from Texas, and they got a great sound. They were supposed to do a show. I think they did do a show in Baltimore, around the Baltimore area a couple years ago. But they're really good. So it is a great lineup. Very good. Oh shit! Look at this. He showed up. There we go. Now you don't have to hear me ramble. You can hear Sam ramble.
Sorry I'm late.
Dude, you're fine. It's live things. You know how it goes. It happens.
It
And
was so cool. Alex Kane called me up and I was like, oh man, I got this interview in like 30 minutes. And he started telling me these amazing stories. And I'm like, this is too good. I couldn't.
You can't.
No, he just has like these incredible stories. And he's like, he knows the people that are doing our record and all this stuff. And Enough's Enough talk and Life, Sex, and Death. And I'm just like, this is so great.
Right. You got to take that call. You got to, I'll
Every
sit
time.
here and wait. I will wait. I'm fine. I'm small potatoes, dude. It's just,
no.
We're good.
I appreciate you being cool and understanding.
Oh, goddamn, dude. And if it wouldn't have worked out, if the call would have went out for a couple hours, you would have been on April 25th anyway.
No problem.
Dude, I always make time for you. Like I was telling everybody, you're a cool fucker. And I mean, you're one of the best. I mean,
thanks, dude. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure you hear it all the time.
No,
you're one of the good ones, dude.
He had some great stories, and since we're going through all this with the new record, and he's been through it all and seen everything, and it's like when Uncle Alex calls and has wisdom to impart, right. I just soak it up. I'm like, this is incredible.
Right, life stops and you take it in. You just got to. Hell yeah. That's Michelle Storm. She said, hey, from
Michelle.
Yeah, she's from Australia. Dude.
We met a few what was it, a year ago almost.
Really? Yeah.
Down in when we did the tour in Australia. It was just really cool.
Dude, you do tours everywhere. You're always on tour.
Yeah.
This is one band that never gets off the road, and if they do, it's only for like a week.
We're road dogs. This is where we feel the most comfortable.
Right.
We love doing it. I don't see if we love doing it, I don't see why there's any reason why we should not.
Right. Exactly. Now, how's life going?
Things are going great, man. I really can't complain. You caught me at a perfect time. We just got home from Florida, from West Palm Beach, where we finished the final 2 sessions of our brand new record. Who we're recording with Rick Browdy is the producer. He did the first Poison record. He did the Nugent Double I've Gonzo. He did the first Faster Pussycat record. So he was kind of the guy calling the shots. And then we had Cher and Bam Ross were the other engineer and other producers. And from Vixen, from Dogs D'Amour. So we just had this incredible team down in Florida that for the last 3 days, we were just down there finishing everything up.
I'm sure it's going to sound freaking fantastic.
Yeah, huge monster. I'm telling you, and it's like the ideas are there, and it's such a cool continuation from where the second album kind of left off. I think This is like, it just pushed it into a whole nother universe.
Yeah, I was saying earlier before you got on, the first album, Something Bigger. Okay, and normally a sophomore album, your second album kind of dips a little bit because you have your whole life to write the first one. Yep. You have a year or two to write the second one, and this one, and I don't want you to get very bummed out that I said this, but it's kind of, you matured. I hate that I tell people when they mature, because we don't want to mature. We want to stay, crazy.
Right.
But the riffs got bigger, the vocals got heavier, the sound got larger. And it's like, wow, there's a distinct, oh my God, we went to the next level. And if you're saying that this next one is going to poof, poof, oh my God, I can't wait.
And a lot had to do with, it's the time honored tradition of being a rock band out on the road playing however many nights a week. where you really cut your chops and become a better singer, a better guitar player. You realize what works, what doesn't work, what's the story that we're trying to tell. I think with the first album, we were still learning, like, hey, we got to go out and really show the world. This is the first taste of the Midnight Devils. Now with the second one, we had Chip involved, Chris Steinmetz mixing, you know, he did the Kiss record. Okay, cool. Like, let's make this even better than the first one. Now with this one, we're like, we really got to step it up. And where we've come over the last 2 years since releasing that record to now, you know, we traveled the world and we've seen a bunch of stuff and we had a lot of laughs and a lot of good times. Let's put that down on the record.
Right. And then nothing's better. You can't get great lyrics sitting at home.
Yep. I 100%.
If you're out there on the road and, you know, you meet people and this and that, there's different situations that you draw on. And it's like, you're perfect opportunity. And you're not just doing America. You guys do Australia. You're all over Europe. You got the United, you know, Britain coming up right after the Ampre party. I think you're heading right out and going overseas right after that. It's just like you got it going on.
Yeah, and so that's kind of that was why Alex called initially, because we're touring with him directly after the pre-party. We do a little like 4 or 5 U.S. shows down in Texas, opening for Handsome Dick Manitoba of the Dictators. Wow. We're just massive fans of the Dictators.
Nice.
So Alex is the guitar player, and he called me up. He's like, "You guys want to do this?" I'm like, "No question, we're in 100%."
Wow.
And so we'll do 4 or 5 shows with them. We have a month off, and then we go to Australia. We do 3 weeks in Australia, and then as an exclusive here, it hasn't been announced really anywhere else, but we're going to be doing a week in Japan.
Wow.
So, and that was the big goal of this year was, let's put out a 3rd record and let's make sure that we go to Japan. Those are our goals. Wow. Let's make it happen.
Oh, dude, Japan will be crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, they eat rock up, man, like crazy. You know, and Japan never gets mentioned. You know, you hear about Sweden and you hear about, you know, Europe and you hear about Britain and how bloodthirsty they are for rock and everything like that. But Japan quietly is one of the craziest countries for rock.
And it comes from those albums that were just so massive. Live at Budokan, you know, Beast of the East. What is it? The Deep Purple made in Tokyo. Right. Like just like that's where the bands that we loved went and did the thing. So it's only natural that we have to go do that as well.
You have to go do it. Right. You haven't succeeded until you conquered Japan.
Absolutely. And it's like, why not? Why would we not go do that? And there's no other bands that are doing it. You know, very few from the States that are like, well, fuck it, let's go to Japan.
Right. Nobody really does. I mean, visas and all that other shit costs money. And I'd imagine it is what it is. But, you know, God.
We could tour the States easily, but how difficult is it going to be to tour Japan? How cool. We got to do it.
Cool. I mean, now, oh my God. Then the 4th album is going to be crazy because you're going to have Japan and all them geisha girls. And, I mean, come on. You know, this is going to. We got something going on here. You know, I fit nicely in a suitcase, I might add.
Yeah.
I do. I'm very, very, very
all right.
nice. Now, your influences, because the Midnight Devils are, a rock band. And a lot of rock bands do, you know, you can hear a bluesy influence. I hear punk influence like crazy with you.
Yeah, 100%. And that's really a lot of what we base our decisions on, and our like what we feel deep down in our gut is from our little punk rock hearts. And it grew up. Jimmy and I, the drummer Jimmy Mess, we grew up in punk rock bands. And looking back now, I go, man, I've been in a touring rock and roll band for 20 years. Started when I was 18 in like a church van. We were going out and touring in a punk rock band. And so everything stemmed.
A punk rock band in a church van.
Yep. Everything stemmed from that right there. And you know, you go out and you be with your best friends on the road and you're sleeping under the van, or you're, you know, partying and you're just living as a rock and roll band should live out on the road. And that punk rock attitude was instilled in us from when we were 18, and it carries over to almost everything we do today. You know, it's the attitude and that, like, I don't need anybody to give me anything because I'm going to go out there and do it myself.
You're going to go get it because that's all you do. And I watch you. You go get it. You don't wait. You're not
Right.
one to sit there and go, okay, let's see who calls. I imagine you are on the phone all day, every day, making them connections, trying to get it done. And other bands are going, look, yeah, because you've got to step it up. You've got to
Mhm.
reach out. They're not going to reach out to you.
Absolutely. Yep.
Right. This is why you're a road dog band.
Yep. And it translates to that music because it's like, well, we love the Ramones, we love the Misfits, we love these great bands, and it just is natural that it goes into. And the beautiful thing about it is we kind of take that raw punk rock energy and mix it with Sniper's guitars, which are
I mean,
incredible, and nobody's mixing those two things together. And you slap a coat of lipstick on it, and it's like, whoa.
I mean, and you're right. Sniper's guitars are kind of 80s driven.
Yeah.
They're like Van Halen-ish because he's a huge Van Halen fan. But he's got them licks and them riffs that you don't know where it's going. When the song starts, it's heavy, it's crazy, and it's punkish, it's rockish. And you get to the solo and you're back on the Sunset Strip and you're like, what just fucking happened here?
Yep.
And then you're back into the punk and rock, and it's just like dude, it's a crazy ride what happens in your music.
And it's exciting. It's exciting for us to play. It's exciting for us to stand on stage and play it.
I could never tell.
Yeah, it translates into that show. And then that show is like us against the world, no matter what's laying in front of us. I'm like walking up on that stage like I'm going to destroy this place no matter what.
Right. And you do. You do. I saw you last year here in Charleston, and it was like I told everybody earlier, it was a party. You guys are a live band. It's a party. It's an experience. You guys have so much energy and so much. Okay, maybe not Sniper. He's not the most energetic one.
He's holding it together. He gives us
right. He gets it, and he's over there getting it, and you're out there. You're in the crowd. You're on top of here. You're over there. You're doing this. You're handing your bass to people and saying, "Hold this for a second," and running around. And I'm like, this dude is fucking amazing. I just cannot believe this.
Yeah.
And I was telling everybody it was like a Thursday night that I went, and I almost didn't go because you got to go to work in the morning. Then Thursday. I said, you know what? I'll stay till like 11, 10:30, 11. I think I was there till like 12:30 because it was just fucking cool as hell.
You don't know and I don't know what's coming up next, but nobody does. And they're like, I got to stay to see how this thing plays out.
Right.
And, I remember that show because it was so hot there.
Yes.
And they had no dressing room. So we had to get dressed in the parking lot, like with our folding chairs. And it was so hot in the parking lot that as I was putting my makoup on, it was just melting off of me. But
you told me that.
It's going to be a blast. It doesn't matter.
It didn't matter. By the end of the night, you were a sweaty fucking mess anyway. It was like, dude, it was going to run anyway, dude. What do you care?
Yeah. I had so much fun at that show.
Dude, I think you have fun at every fucking show.
That's true.
I mean,
I'm very blessed. I don't take it for granted at all.
No, and meeting you, I got that. You do not take it for granted because it could all end in a heartbeat. We were proved that at the pandemic. We were proved that it can all be taken away in a blink of an eye. And, it's the guys like you that go out there and say, you know what, I appreciate every little bit I get. And, it doesn't matter if you're playing to 5 or 500. Yep. Your show is bam.
Yep.
It's I don't see you going, okay, there's only 5 people here, so I'm just going to tone it down. I don't think you're not capable of that.
No, because I'm excited. I'm excited to be there.
Right. And this Sam that you see sitting here isn't the Sam that goes on stage. Let me tell you this much right now.
There's a transformation that happens.
This guy is really tame and really cool. And then the dude that gets up on that stage, you all want to see a beast on stage. That's Sam. Beast.
It's just you remember all those people that talk shit or like told you couldn't do something and or those guys that treated you bad in other bands and you're like, just wait because I'm fucking coming for you no matter what.
This is Dave Dillman. I have to pay extra insurance at Records Shepherd because Sam is going to be. And that's the truth. I mean, I don't think you destroy anything. I really don't. I didn't see that.
Here's Carrie here. Is Carrie?
Hi.
Carrie.
Hi.
What's happening?
House moving stuff.
We just moved into a new house, our first place together. So we're all
Nice.
cars and records and everything. I've never lived in a house before. It was my first, like, I had apartments and
Right.
punk rock houses and stuff like this. So we finally just got a new place. So it's this whole, not used to the space.
Right? You're gonna
It's
have
great.
to fill it up.
Oh, it's there. The whole basement's full of guitars and Kiss posters. That's all.
There you go. Just hang it all. You know, never. What was I gonna say? I just blacked out. I mean, I don't know what happened. But yes, Reckless Shepherd's gonna have to have extra insurance. You guys are gonna kill it.
I'm so
You
happy to see Dave. Love Dave.
Oh, he's a great dude. He's got nothing but anytime I talk to him, it's all Midnight Devils. I just talked to him last
And I'll-
night on the phone. He's
I'll
like,
tell you-
Sam's so great.
I'll tell you this, and I posted it the other day online about Dave and about the show that he throws. Is one of the most exciting shows for up and coming rock and roll bands.
Yes.
Now, M3, I love M3. I love everything about M3. But let's be real. We tried to get the Midnight Devils on it, and they said, we only book legacy acts.
Legacy.
While I'm excited about that, I'm not really that excited about it because those are the bands that, okay, we're playing the best of and the greatest hits, and we all love those bands. But
Right.
what's happening next? What comes after those guys leave?
And
Dave's giving bands an opportunity, and it's the bands that deserve it. You know,
Right.
Ratchet Dolls, American Jet Set, these great rock and roll bands that are actually touring and putting into work, and that are going to be the future of what rock and roll is going to be.
Right.
Dave Dillman sets that up and knocks it out every year.
every year. And I that is what has to happen. And guys like Dave get it. I mean, yes. And I have already heard that 3 bands, you know, I don't know, I'm not going to say the names because I'm not absolutely sure, but I have heard 3 bands are doing their final shows this year and possibly on the Monsters Rock Cruise.
Yep.
So, and I'm like, oh, wow, this one, and this one. People are going to freak when they hear that these are their final shows ever.
Yep.
So now who's going to take their place? And, you know, Monsters of Rock Cruise does a really good job of bringing over the Swedish bands.
Sure.
And putting them on the ship because there's a whole scene that people are not getting over there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole, you know, scene here happening, like you said, Ratchet Dolls and so many like Paralandra,
Yep.
different bands that are putting in the work, doing their thing, and trying to keep it going. And if people are not getting exposed to them, and there's promoters out there not putting them on a bill, how are we supposed to know about them?
Mm-hmm. And it's weird. Monsters of Rock, like I've there's feelings that I have, and especially talking with these Swedish bands. And we were over there, you know, in Norway, and we went and we saw a lot of these bands play. Rock and roll is still such, and I love those bands, but it's still such an American thing.
Yes.
American bands, fact and point, every single time American bands hit harder.
Yes.
And so I get confused why we're not pushing American bands, or we're putting focus on these great Swedish bands or these frontier label bands or whatever. Like, why we're nurturing these bands, but the American bands kind of, it falls off. And I don't know if it's because they're lazy. I don't know what it is, but there's not the same push for American bands that there seems like there are for some others.
And that's what I'm seeing too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of my friends that are like, you know, Eclipse and this and that. And, you know, granted, I like them. I like
do
these
too.
bands that they're talking about, but they're more melodic rock.
Mm-hmm.
They're more like Crazy Licks is more 80s, you know, arena kind of, you know, really, you know, like a Rat or something like that. But then you have bands like Kick and Valentina that most everybody knows that name. There are bands in that category that hit, that are great, that just have great music. Scarlet Rocks. I would have never known about them if it wasn't for Dave Dillman.
Yeah.
Bam. I checked them out. I'm like, these guys are fucking great. You know, they're just really good.
They opened for us, and I was like fucking blown away. I'm like, these are the guys coming up.
They
These are
are.
the guys after us. Let's go. I love it.
It's great. You know, there is, people say there's nothing out there. There's not. You're not looking. You don't really have to look. Let me do it. And, you know, I do that all day with the radio station and this and that. I put stuff out there. and people do, and listenership goes up, and I'm watching it, and I'm getting messages of people going, "Oh my God, I heard this song by this band. I never knew who they were. Thank you so much." Black Taurus, still, I don't think they're around anymore, but
When
to
that
me,
song came out, when that album hit, like it was
oh
a big deal.
my God,
hmm And
but
they just I don't know what happened to them. They kind of just fell
they're
off.
gone.
And
Yeah,
it probably is that they didn't have the support that they needed to grow as an artist, as a band, and
I get that.
yep.
I get that. And it's sad because before we all shared it, we all went looking for it. We went to music stores and we all found it and then we shared it with everybody. Now people just want it to come to them. And they just,
Yep.
and I hate that, you know, there is a lot of music out there. Like Jim said, it's you've got to weed through the crap,
Sure.
and there's a lot of crap. And
Tons.
but tons. And you've got to, believe me, I all day long I'm clicking this one and clicking that one, going, okay, is this good? Oh no, it gets about 15 seconds. Nope, that's not good. Every now and then, after 50 clicks, I might get one that I go, wait, wow, what is this? And boom, I found one. Immediately it goes on the radio station because I want to get it out there. And but
And I think it goes a lot with like, and it makes me think like, okay, if we're presenting a record, what's our album cover going to look like? We're going to have these amazing images and these great graphics, and it's going to look super cool, because that was what the bands did when
Right.
we grew up on. The Misfits always had the greatest graphics. Kiss always had the coolest graphics.
Right.
Okay, well, no bands are doing that very much anymore, and we're just gonna put that back on, and it's gonna accompany the music and accompany the vibe and accompany that energy that the record puts off. Yeah,
Yeah.
love that.
And it's a cassette.
I love that stuff.
I had to have this. When you guys announced it, I had to have it. I was like, all right, I'm ordering.
Didn't it turn out so cool? It's just like a little.
Dude,
You're just like, this is so cool.
it's a cassette tape. I mean, how the hell? My goodness.
I
guys,
couldn't
Go
help
ahead.
myself on it.
I know you, dude. And I can tell you, and they sign everything. I mean, I don't think I have anything that's not signed by them.
Yeah.
Everything I have is signed. I mean, but they are merchandising mothers.
We learned
Nope.
from the best.
Right. I mean, Maiden, Kiss, they do merch and they do it well. I mean, Midnight Devils doesn't just do a t-shirt. The t-shirts are the last thing they think about. They're like money, shot glasses. I mean,
We got whole yoga pants.
yoga
outfit.
pants.
Oh,
You
the
got
horns. Yeah,
freaking, let's see. Come on. It turns on. I know it does.
it's on
Let me
the.
take
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I mean, these guys do it right. I mean, we love our merch. If you love merch, go see Midnight Devils got. Oh, there's one that just came out that I grabbed a picture of today. I love this, and I may have to get this.
Oh yeah, the etched vinyl.
Etched. That is so cool.
And the story was that I go, I want to do a single on like colored splattered vinyl, and the guy's like, no, you're gonna want to do this etched vinyl. It's so cool. And I was like, nah, how cool is it gonna be? And then it showed up. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Exactly.
It just turned out so good. And there was only 300 copies. We only made 300 copies.
Right.
And we sold them everywhere we go. They sell out, like overseas especially. They just go crazy. So we're down to like 75 copies probably, and once they're gone, they're gone. But the case in point with the album artwork and then that etching is just, you're just like, it's cool. Why would we not?
Right. So is it in your store?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. 75 copies. I gotta go there. Everybody, don't go yet. Wait till I get off of here and go order mine, and then you can order yours.
Yep. And then like once they're gone, they're gone, and we just made them real limited. But I'm so proud, and it's the first time we've ever had vinyl, and it's like a holy thing, because as we're moving this house, I'm moving my giant record collection, but I'm still thinking in the back of my mind, like, man, we got a Midnight Devils vinyl. I got the test press copies. It's such a cool thing.
It is, and having albums, having people call it vinyl now. I mean, I still call it albums, records, but having that is great to me. I love it. I have a whole room full of it, and it's
Yep.
I won't give it up. It's having that album right there is just big.
The
It's
smell, the feel.
yes, and you display it while it's playing. It's
Yep.
big. You're displaying it. You're proud of it. You're like, yeah, it's just you got to have it, and it was really cool. I saw that came, I think it was 19 hours ago on Facebook,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, they got an album because I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, did they have a record at the merch table that I missed?
We might have ran out of them.
Right. And that's what I'm
Like
thinking.
every time we go on tour, I'll pack like a whole bunch of them, and they'll sell out within the first 3 or 4 shows.
Oh, easy.
Yep.
Easy. Everybody wants it now. It's a good collector's item.
Yep.
It's just a great thing to have. And right now, shows, your merch is where it's at.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to make your money to get you to the next town. That's where you're going to. So if anybody goes to a show, I always buy at least a t-shirt, if not more, because that's the band's money. They're going to get all that money. That is theirs. They're getting ripped off by promoters. I'm not saying you, Dave, but some promoters don't want to pay. And they think they want to cheap you out. I get
the game, yeah.
They want to make money, and they want to make more money than you. It's like, come on. And I get bands that I book, and I'll be like, shoot me a number. Well, you tell me what you think is fair, and I tell them, I said, shoot me a number that you think is fair. And I don't know how many bands have went, are you kidding me? They shoot me the number, and I go, okay, done. And they're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, if that's what you think is fair, okay, I'll pay it.
Yep.
And they're like, wow,
that's unheard of.
Right. And it's like, I don't want to be that guy that, he doesn't pay but he doesn't pay very well. I want to be that guy where they want to do a show and they say, okay. And I have not had a band rip me off yet because I've asked around and said, okay, how much did it? And usually it's right there. They're not trying to, okay, he wants to know a number. Let's shoot him $2,000 and they're a $200 band. No, that does. And there are some bands, though, that say they're worth $1,000. And you go, dude, you're local and you played 3 shows in the last 2 years. And you're a $1,000 band and you're not. Goodbye. But you can usually tell. But merch is where bands make their money. So absolutely buy merch. And if you go to the Midnight Devils website, which I'll post a link tomorrow, and you go to their merch page, you're going to be astounded. You're going to buy everything.
And we really make a conscious effort, on our hands, because we're also fans as well. Like let's make this merch cool, but let's make it comfortable. And so that you want to wear it every single day. And that is part of who you are in your life. And you're like, I'm representing the Midnight Devils. I love this shirt or these yoga pants or this hoodie. They're so comfortable. They're really well made. We made like a switch, and Carrie really helped me with that. Is like, I love your stuff, but let's make it so that it's appealing and people want to wear it every single day. So we're on this thing now, and it's worked, and the gamble paid off. So they're not cheap products, that fall apart. That's not the way we do it.
Right. And my Carrie helps me with my merch, and she tested the yoga pants and said, okay, these are the ones you want.
Yep.
And people ask me, they're like, okay, what kind of yoga? And Carrie will get right on there and be like, they are the comfortable ones. Believe me. And coming from a woman, they know. Guys like me, we don't know. We'll put
I have no idea.
Right. I might wear them, though. I might check them out. I might wear them. Somebody has dared me to wear yoga pants, and I'm like, I don't know yet. That's all I've.
Your ass.
Huh?
They enhance the look of your ass. So.
Oh, they will. Oh my goodness.
Compliments all over the place.
Oh, baby. Yeah. They'll be like, who are the Midnight Devils? I'm like, yeah. Come over here. You can meet a Midnight Devil. No shit. So you got a lot going on. Now, wait. I want to know, what do you do like in your spare time when you're home, you're off the road for a few weeks. What re-energizes you? What hobbies do you do? I know music is big part of life. That's a big part of my life.
Mhm.
But what bowling? What do you do to just, you know?
There really is no spare time. I'm very, very blessed.
Wow.
Right when I got home, like we got off the plane in Omaha and drove straight in. And right now I'm a DJ at a strip club, right?
Nice.
So I've had
Yes.
this gig for 4 or 5 years, but Carrie, my Carrie, is the manager of the strip club. So together we run this thing that is just it's really cool. I'm very, very proud of it, and it's we're turning it into a spot in Lincoln where if bands are coming through, hey, you guys got a place where you can come and hang out. Any of the weirdos are welcome, but it's every night of the week. There's people coming through those doors, so we're like on it every single night, putting on the best possible show, the safest place for these girls. We throw a party every single night, so that doesn't
Very
really
cool.
leave a lot of downtime between the band and the strip club. Carrie runs this strip club, and she, works her ass out of it, and I'm so proud of what it's become. To where it's like we're getting ready for work. We got to be there in 45 minutes, an hour, or something like that. But it's exciting, and it's like every day we go in and we're like, what are we gonna see tonight?
Right.
So I love doing that. The other thing I do is I work out quite a bit, but that's part of being my sobriety and my drive almost. It's like it goes hand in hand with music for me. Is like I don't feel like getting up off the couch. I don't want to wake up and do this. Well, if you don't want to do this, if you don't want to go run a couple miles outside, when it gets really tough with the band, are you going to want to do that? Like how
Right.
these hurdles, these hills. And I think it really starts like on that simple level of working out or going out and doing something that is bettering your body or whatever to make your mind right so that you can concentrate and think of the things that you need to concentrate on.
Absolutely. Now you said sobriety.
Yes.
Huh.
So 15 years sober from alcohol.
Very cool.
Yeah, and actually the whole band is. Weird enough. All three of us
Fantastic.
are sober from alcohol, and as one of the blessings of the Midnight Devils, because of the intense schedule that we have and how crazy things get around us. For some reason, I mean, I know why it is, but as soon as all three of us get together, shit starts hitting the fan. And luckily, we all don't drink, so it's like we
Right.
can wake up in the morning, we can get through these really tough situations, we can make these long trips, and it sucks, but it doesn't suck as much because we're not hungover or anything like
Right. Exactly. I've got 12
Okay.
and a half. So kudos to you, brother. I mean, it is very tough in the rock industry,
Very
but there are more stars, rockers getting sober nowadays than not. I
Yep.
mean, some of our heroes are sober, and there's some that don't announce it, but there's other ones that are very proud of it, and they're like, "Bam, I am." And I think it was Aaron Lee shared something the other day. He's been sober for a little while, and he's like, "I want to thank this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one," and there was one I didn't know, and I'm like, "Oh wow, okay, cool."
Yep.
And I thought about one day putting together one of these shows where maybe 4 or 5 of us, 4 or 5 artists and me just sitting around bullshitting about, how great life is sober. Because let me tell you,
Yes.
it has never been more fun
Yep.
than in the last 12 years.
Yep. And it's like if we're on a big bill with a bunch of bands and we're sitting backstage or whatever, and I see a band, drinking or partying, I don't have a problem with it. But subconsciously in the back of my mind, I know that I'm gonna go out there and whoop your ass every single night on stage, just because I got that advantage. And I'm like, man, I'm just gonna destroy this place because
Right.
these guys are drinking, having a good time. Well, it kind of doesn't do it, like takes away from their intensity and their focus and everything like that. And I'm like, I'm thinking clear. I'm gonna hit hard just to prove my point almost.
Right. I saw a band that I really dug. I saw them one time and, I dug their CD. So I went and saw them and they kicked ass. They were so good. And I'm like, cool, Then I went another time and something happened where they couldn't get the venue or something like that, or Slaughter got stuck in Florida. They couldn't get to the show, and the show was in Raleigh. So the other band that was on the bill fell off. They're like, no, we're not gonna. So the other two bands tried to put something together, and they're
Sure.
like, really together. Well, they did, and there was two bands. The first band was really good and okay, but the second band, you could tell they've been drinking all day, and they were nowhere near like they were the first time I saw them, and I was absolutely embarrassed for them.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm not gonna say their name, but I was absolutely embarrassed for them, and I'm like, I will never come see you guys again
Yep.
because you didn't care. And there's a lot of bands out there that say, we're not drinking. We may have one on stage just for the hell of it, but we don't drink before the show. I know many of artists that will not drink before the show because they want to give it their best.
Yeah. It messes with the timing. And I remember
It does.
back when you were drinking and playing, like,
Yeah.
I was falling over, like I couldn't even keep it together. It was terrible.
No. I don't know how Slash could keep his career like this. I don't know. Slash and Axl, I don't know how the fuck they do it. Slash, oh my God. There's some out there that are just, but how much better would he be?
Mm-hmm.
You know, think about it. Once these guys get sober, like Take Me Down, everybody knows Take Me Down is sober now. It was night and day, dude. And he was very good.
Yeah.
But now it's like you see him and he's like, wow, he's back. He's got this presence. He's got this where his confidence is there, and he's just like, and he's singing better than ever. And I think he knows it. And he's like, and you can see the happiness on
It like
him.
supercharges you. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like people don't understand, and someday they will. And there's people that drink that don't have a problem. I mean,
Right.
you know, okay, I had a problem.
Me too.
I start drinking and I don't want to stop.
Yep.
I mean, until everything's gone. And that's the way it was. And I didn't see life without it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once
Life without it. Yeah.
you can't see it.
No.
But then once you do it and you take that step and you say, okay, I'm going to lose everybody I've ever known.
Yep.
Nobody's going to like me anymore. You find out that people like you more.
Yep.
And
You're an
it's like,
asshole when you were drunk.
right. You were hard to deal with when you were drunk. You talked a lot and you just would shut the fuck up. My wife, okay, when we first went out, our first date, it was a blind date, and she was feeding me shots to make me pass out. She fucking hated me so bad. And it's like, okay, you know, I remember these candy canes because right around Christmas time, and she kept feeding me candy canes. And I'm like, God damn, these are fucking going down great. And, you know, I didn't pass out, and she hated me. And she swore to God she was never going to see me again. Well, 27 years later, she just can't get enough. But, you know, when you get sober, you know, I did 12 years ago. So I did 15 years of her having to deal with me. And it kind of makes you feel like, wow, I really owe her more now. And I try to do more with her, you know, more compliments, more this, more that, just because I know she lacked that before.
It was a lot to deal with.
Yes. Well, I wasn't the very most loving guy. I mean, I'm sexy as fuck, but God, that only gets you so far. You know, you gotta be nice too, you know, but it's just, it's really glad to hear that you are sober. You know, you're you're in the club.
Yep. Yep. All three of us are. All three of us. None
That's
of
awesome. And the one thing is, okay, this sounds weird, but it's not weird. And a lot of people tell me the same thing. They're like, Mike, you're not any different, but you just don't drink. Okay, that's cool. That's what I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't tell that you guys ain't drinking on stage,
right?
Because you just bam and you rock, and it's like
they gotta be drinking, and
they gotta be.
With party, we play party rock and roll. That's what we do, and I don't care what your party is. It doesn't matter to me as long as it's not hurting anybody and we're all there for a good time. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I can't be a part of certain things because it will go badly.
It'll go very badly, and I don't need that at this point in time right now. I get it, you know. But
then Dave needs like double the insurance for sure.
Dave would need double the insurance. Only needs a little bit of insurance right now, but it's going to be a good show. That's going to be a
Very-
really good show. Anything else you want to bring up or get out there?
I'm just very
No.
excited about this new record, and we are leaving for. So the plan is that we will start our big world tour in July, and that we're gonna do our best to get at least a single, an EP, a video, something out before we head overseas. And so this whole year is just really gonna be pushing this record, and like we put our heart and soul in this thing, and I'm so proud of it already. And it hasn't even been mixed or mastered. Like
Right.
it's be cool, and I think everybody's gonna love it. And the most important thing at the end of the day is, maybe this is just my opinion, but I think people might be sick of like modern metal, and people might be sick of just these sub genres, and people just want to party and they just want to listen to rock and roll, great rock and roll music, and that's what we're gonna give.
Oh,
It
easy.
doesn't matter. Like, there's no subgenres. Like, you like AC/DC, you like Van Halen, cool. So do we. This is what it's gonna sound like. You're gonna dig our band.
Right. I mean, you're going to dig the band.
Mhm.
I mean, you're going to dig the live show. The live show
Yeah.
for me is everything. Dude.
Yep.
That's
100%.
everything. I can sit and listen to a CD or tape, cassette tape all day long, but getting out and seeing the show, that's what I want to see. And I
Yep.
love it when a band's got way more energy than I expect. And it just, like I told everybody earlier when you were on your phone call, it's like, I put it on, at work today, for the hell of it, get in the mood. And it brings a smile to your face. It's like, and you're bebopping because the lyrics are off the charts. They're very seductive. They're very,
Tongue in cheek.
yes,
Yes.
very tongue in cheek. And it's like, and you know what they're talking about. You're kind of smiling. You're like, oh yeah, this is fucking great. But when you go to the show, oh my God, it's just such an event.
Yes.
And I love it.
And it is for us too. It's like I said, like I love performing. Being on the road is difficult, but I look at it like it's one of the most favorite things I do. And it's like you're always in a race. You're always jumping over these hurdles. How do we keep doing this? But I think in my weird brain, like I was meant for that, and
Right.
that those hurdles don't seem to, like, I can't do it. It's just like, how are we gonna do this? How are we going to accomplish this?
Right.
The can't is not in the word. And Carrie's so good about that, and it's like you get down and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to afford all this. How can I do all this? And she's like, you're doing it. You don't even have to worry about it. Like, it's happening right now. And just like, keep going. Don't stop.
Right. And what's really cool, I forgot to mention this. What's really cool is you brought up that you guys have the strip club.
Yeah.
So when you get off the road, it's not like she goes to work and you're at home. You guys are spending quality time together and seeing each other. And, that's great. That's fantastic. So it makes it a little easier on,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, you're on the road and it's not like you come home and then, we can't see each other. We never see each other.
Right.
Now, if you're off the road for 2-3 weeks, month, bam, you're seeing each other every day. You're hanging out. You're doing things. You're building an empire. Let's say an empire. You're building an empire together. You're
That's
both
what we're
in
talking
it.
about. World
Yeah.
domination. How are
World domination. But not just Lincoln, Nebraska. We're going
No.
for world domination.
It's going to be based out of Lincoln, but we're taking over the whole world.
Right. And that's kind of like me and the wife. I have my radio station and everything, the Rock Altar, and she's on board and she helps out with it. And she's learning a lot. And it gives us where we're doing something together. We're not just sitting on the couch wasting away on Netflix. Yep. We're building something, and she's excited about it. I see her at first she was like, I don't need none of that. I don't know where I'd fit it. And then she found where she could fit. And bam, then now we do this together and we go places and we do things together. And it just enhances the relationship, and it enhances, okay, music is very much a big part of life. And we are together all the time with it. It's not like I go do my thing and she goes to do her thing, and you have the same thing where
it makes me feel less crazy. Like in my head, I got to be the craziest person in the world to think I can do these things. But wait, there's somebody else that's backing me. Backing me that, like, she just is crazy as I am, and it's even the guys in the band too. You know, I can't discount them because Jimmy and Sniper, like they're in it and in it to win it, and they just like have just been these guys like we're best friends, and when all three of us get in the same room, I'm telling you, it's just like madness. And I don't know, road, and we just figured out a way to make it work to live with each other and have a really, really good time doing it.
Right. Exactly. And it, you know, it shows on stage, it shows in the music that you guys are fantastic, and you're a band of brothers ready to take on the world.
Yeah.
I mean, doing it. Just
watch out,
guys,
world.
Oh, you guys are just keep doing it. And the band's not been together very long.
2000, the first album came out in 2018.
18. Yeah.
Yep.
So you figured 2017 and then release a, I'm like, you know, this band it got so much further to go.
Yep. And that was the thing going into this. I go, man, if you'd have told me in 2018 that we were going to have 3 records out, I would have said, you're damn right we are. But now looking back, I go, whoa, holy shit, we got 3 records out. This is crazy.
Right.
How did we get here?
Right. And Jim Hamby brought this up. It's the sound of domination, world domination. And what is crazy is I have that song queued up for the end of the show too.
Yeah.
Domination.
That's the single that never was released as a single, but has become like a huge fan favorite.
It is. It's a great. It's got the ribs. It's got everything. It's a driving song. I mean, it's really, really, and it opens up I think this is the first song.
It opens up the album. It opens up the show.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Such a great tune. Anything else?
That's it, buddy. It's what a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for hitting me up, by the way.
Love
it was perfect.
Can't wait to see you on tour. I know I'll see you out there.
Yeah.
I can. And if you come back to the States and I can work it in, I'll get you back here in Charleston. Like, absolutely.
Hit me up anytime. And anytime you have you need somebody to chat with on the radio, I'm always available.
You got it, brother. You got it.
Unless Alex Kane calls, then we got to push it back a minute.
Well, you know, man. You
have
know,
to take a backseat to Alex Kane, but that's okay.
Okay, if you say so. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Okay, thank you so much for being here. And we are going to cut out with Sound of Domination. So, okay, we'll cut out in a second. Okay, you take care, brother.
Cool, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Later. All right, Sam, what a great guy. You got to go see him. Go see him. Empire Party. Bam. In a month. May 3rd. Get there. It's basically exactly a month away. So make your plans. Get there. I'm still trying. I know I can do it. I know I can do it. Even if I just get there, I'm going to get there. I'm going to try to get there. I got to get there. But anyway, thanks, Sam, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Next week, Anthony White from Generation Landslide. Oh, my God. Cold Sweat and Steel City, and probably a bunch of other ones that I'm forgetting. But we will have him on, and I cannot wait for that one. Sam, such a great guy. Thank you so much for being here. And everybody go check them out. Go check out their merch store. I'll post links tomorrow. And here's another song. You got lucky tonight. 3, not just 2 songs, 3 Midnight Devils songs. All right. Sound of Domination. Midnight Devils. I'll see y'all next week.
You can feel the trap keep on the taking. That's the sound of the